Right, so good morning. So today I took a block and I forgot to say that I took the scarf just in case. So we're going to drop these two things first and then come into our own inner alignment. So standing in the middle of your mat, gentle, soft knees. Allow the limbs, the upper limbs, which are the arms, to just relax and release, like they're hanging from out of the shoulder, I should say. And then allow the rest of the body to take the same quality as the arms, just letting everything hang naturally. Don't force anything, just the presence of your connection with the earth down below. And pay your attention as you are calling everything back home into your heart. From every place, every space, every dimension, just bring it all so we can shift it together or we can connect with it and do whatever we want with it. But before we start, just making sure that your weight is spread out through your feet from heel to toes, but also from one side to the next, so the outer side of your foot to the inner side. And making sure that your feet are taking plenty space on the mat. So you might want to lift up those toes the way we did yesterday, I believe. Open up the space between the toes, making them nice and wide, and then keep them long. You know, we tend to have the little toes all crunched up because of the shoes, because of all the joints in the toes. Allow them to stay nice and long with space between them as you drop them. And then just picking up one knee, one heel at a time, going into the ball of the feet. And again, inviting the ball of the foot to really widen as you do this before dropping it back all the way to the heel, and then repeating this on the other side. And noticing now, am I a little bit forward? Do I tend to a little bit back, more on one side than the other? You know, those would be like slight misalignment at physical level. And they may be caused because one foot is sore or because one hip is stuck or a shoulder, whatever. So it's not a huge thing, but it's nice to be aware of it and trying to call it back without forcing it. Beautiful. Then we're going to open the arms and do now the alignment with what is above. Arms are facing one another. We're creating a bit of a channel above our head here. And we're going to stay there. If it's a bit too tiring for you to have the arms all the way up, you can bend the elbow and come down at shoulder level. Okay, so pick up the option if you need to. And then we're going to be breathing in. And we're going to be doing an exchange through us between what is below and what is above. So I'm breathing in, drawing the earth energy, the mother energy. Allow it to travel through me and outside of me, through the crown of the head, through the tip of my fingers. It's like, to a certain extent, that makes me think of the solar storm that's happening at the moment, entering the Earth's magnetic field. And then on the exhale, draw the divine energy, draw it down through your arms, through your head, all the way to the feet. So you have two forces meeting and producing those beautiful lights. If I keep going with the analogy of the solar storm, you know, creating those beautiful light that are us. And just FIY, this morning I was reading briefly a little article about, oh, why is it green? Why is it blue? And it's basically depending on the gas that that's being heat the most. So whatever gas is the most present will create different colors. So green and pink would be the oxygen. Purple would be nitrogen. And then the last one, I don't remember. So keep breathing in and out here, aligning yourself from what is below to what is above, and inviting light to come in, to emanate from your own core now, to go and mix with those two beautiful, loving energy and making it one. And then circling down, 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 down with your arms and coming to land your hands on your tummy. So we were up quite a while with the arms, noticing the effect again. And then we're going to start again. This time we're going to inhale and we're lifting the arms up from the front, reaching. And when you exhale, draw the divine energy down, but bend the knee and come down to bless the earth with the divine energy from above. Big inhale with your hands on the floor. Draw the mother's energy into your hand and then send it back above. So little spinal roll while you're doing this. So we're playing here with really communication and exchanging and being the link between both. For we are made of both. Beautiful. One more time, going down, down, remembering to round up your spine as you go down. Crown of the head to the floor, and then inhale back up for the last time. And exhaling, hands in prayer pose, coming on the line in front of you. Oh Jesus, I'm not going to be able to say it today. Consolidating everything. And release. Okay, you're going to grab your block. We're going to keep with a bit of movement in the upper body and the connection. So you see the way I took my block on the long side, and I'm going to come and press the block. So I'm keeping a really nice bend in the elbow, and I can have my elbow resting on my body. And I make sure that my shoulders are nice and low. And then I connect really as powerful as I can. I press into my block. And that is the only work that's being done here. The rest of the body is available. It's really, it's supporting the effort, but it's not doing the effort. The only effort here is pressing both ends of the block, creating a resistance with the block, and allowing that resistance to travel through the arms, to the shoulders, to the front of the chest, possibly the upper part of your back. Keep pressing. Don't release it at all. You breathe in and out, but the pressure stays the same. And at one point, you might feel like, oh, it's burning a bit, or your arms might start shaking. If you need to release a bit of tension, do so, and then come back to it. Keeping that tension, we're going to lift those arms up. And notice, okay, notice the pathways in the arms from where you were to where you're going. And notice how different muscles in the arms are going to be acting. Take a breath or two. Don't have to have super straight arms here. And release. Keep pressing, keep pressing. The effort is almost finished. Keep pressing. Beautiful. And release. I'm taking my block between my legs just to have it when I need it again, and allow the feel into the arms. Noticing yourself, taking your shoulders forward, up and back, and reversing. Okay. Taking your block again. So this time we inhale, we're just going to hold the block without pressing super hard, just hold it. You're going to anchor your right foot and right leg into the mother. That's going to be your stable element. And then on your next exhale, side bend to the left. And come back. So gentle pressure on the block just to activate the arms, but not something that's too harsh. Okay, that's our third one. We're going to go back for one more and we're going to hold it. And breathe into the space that you are creating on the right side of your body. And feel where they are. And inhale back up. Exhale, anchor the left foot this time, left leg, release the right leg. Inhale again, reach the ceiling with the block. On the exhale, side bending to the left. When it's time to inhale, you come back. Press the block gently. 2. Going with your breath. And the last time you hold it. And you stay there. Creating space this time on the opposite side. Another breath. And inhale back up. Beautiful. Coming and dropping the block back between the legs. Again, once more. Feeling the movement in the upper body, possibly all the way to the waist, because we kind of move from the waist. Beautiful. We're going to keep activating that part of the body with the block as well. No, actually, you know what? We're going to put the block between the legs. So you have the option between the thigh or between the calves, or if you know you don't have you're not super strong in your alignment, from the leg, feet to leg, all the way to the femur, the block between the feet allows really a nice build-up of the inner thighs and the inner pathways. So squeeze the block if that's where you want to keep it. And you're going to feel it actually. It's a beautiful practice. If you squeeze the block and stay with it for a moment and really feel when I talk about the pathways, it's the activation of all the tissues. So the muscles strengthen, so they contract, so you feel them more, but you feel that whole line coming up, And if you go and touch the body, you will find an activation of all of other side muscles, shall we say, that are supporting the effort. So keep squeezing that block. We're going to go, inhale up. And on the exhale, we turn to look to the left. We inhale and reach the sky. And on the exhale, arms comes down to shoulder level. We are in a twist. You inhale and reach with your arms on either hand. Hold it. And then very gently, you're going to take your left arm, hold on, and move so you'll see. And you're going to bring it down. So you're still in your twist. And then up. Not much. Keep the turn, keep the twist. Beautiful. Come back to the normal one. And then bring the hands to the chest and open. And hands to the chest and open. Last one. And your next inhale, arms comes up. And on the exhale, you turn to realign. And you're going to release the effort and the movement. Come back to center. So you might have forgotten to press the block while you were doing all those moves. So go back to reconnect with the block. We create that pathways that really centers us and help us to stand in a graceful manner, but with a lot of power as well, because we're bringing everything back. Closing your eyes. I have closed my eyes to connect more deeply. And there's a bit of a reverence here to the body for all that it can do for us. But it's because we are the body. So wherever you want to bring it, you can. And the more you think of yourself as divine creation that includes this body, it really helps to move in the world and to be yourself all the way to the very top layer of your skin. Inhaling up, we're going to start again. On the exhale, turn to the side and then gently inhale, reach. Exhale, open up. And be really expansive. Try to reach as much as you can. And it's not only about the reach, it's the lengthening that's happening that creates space in the body. Allow the energy to fly to all the way to the tip of your fingers and reach through them and receive as well. Beautiful. So we're going to repeat what we did. The right hand is going to go down. So inhale, center here. And then on the exhale, right hand goes down, left hand goes up. And with your next inhale, we reverse that movement. And see if you can keep the legs activated when you do this for greater strength and foundation and stability. And keep at it. Keep lengthening. Feel how possibly you're getting tired. And there are others little muscles, maybe I'm thinking about the back of your arms, that are starting to flare up to help you supporting the body. Go back to center and then bring the hands to chest for 3. And inhale and open again, and twice more. Open up. Exhale, and on the next inhale, bring the arms up. And on the exhale, turn back to center and release those hands and arms. Ooh. And come to feel yourself from about the waist to above the head, through the lips. And any little movement you feel like you need to give yourself, go on. What is there? What needs to be released? Then taking your hands and acknowledging your body, giving it a nice hug. We're going to go and embrace ourselves by simply taking the right arms on top of the left, wrapping up and chin to chest and going into a beautiful spinal roll down, taking your time with it. You can bend your knee, you know that, as much as you need. And when you're down, you can release the arms to the ground. Then inhale back up, placing your arms back where they were when you went down. Create a space between your shoulder blades. And coming up, releasing the arms, taking your arms behind you. Now, I'm holding on to the right wrist with my left hand and opening up the chest. And that brings me in a bit of a slight little back bend by opening up or exposing the front of the chest. Pull down gently on your right arm and then swap and do the same with your left arm. And release. Okay. So we're going to go down to the floor and take care of the rest of the body. So I'm going to go into all four. And then just find a good posture for you on all four. Don't think about, oh, how are we going to move? Just stay in that all four there. And notice whether your spine feels aligned. Is there enough space between your wrist and your knees? And again here, just hold the pose. Just hold. And see if you feel any pressure anywhere, like the lower back would be like too much of a dip. So if it's the case, send your skin of your tummy to come and kiss your belly button. You're not sucking in the belly. You're engaging the muscle to bring everything back. So it's an intention. And begin to create space between the shoulder blades. Brilliant. We're going to take our left hand and turn it. So we're not going to put any weight onto it. So palm is up. My 5 fingers are super widespread. Fingers touching the mat. And I don't come and put weight onto that arm. But what I do is I round up my shoulders on that side and I come and breathe into it. And then inhale, and I take my left arms up, and we're going to go through the needles. I'm going to go down for 1 and picking it up. So going with your own breath. And next time we're going to be going down, you're going to stay down. So the whole arm is down, and then the head is going to rest Don't load the body, don't fall, don't collapse. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you have a good posture, you take your right arm and you walk it away. Actually, I find my block here. You have it on my block. Going into a tripod. And then gently releasing this. Bring your arm, your right hand back where it was at the start. Press into it to lift yourself up and very gently come and sit. So curl up the toes, all of your toes, and then come and sit onto your heel once your toes are curled up. Beautiful. So here we're just feeling the toes, making space between them. If it's too sore, don't sit on it. Don't alleviate the pressure by lifting yourself up. Beautiful. And come back to all four. And come and sit towards your heel. And then pick up your knees and come into the dog. And walk it. Super slow. Press the floor away from you. So your hands are really pushing hard the way they would do against the block, for instance. Creating resistance again. Super. Then coming into the high plank, dropping the knees. Brilliant. Taking your right hand this time and turning your right hand palm is up. And starting the work here on the right side. So opening up the fingers and noticing how comfortable or uncomfortable that practice is. And if it is very uncomfortable, just lift it up, leave the fingers to the floor, and then decide for yourself where you can go. And then on your next inhale, lift that arms up, and we're going to go through the needles. Next one, you leave it down. Rest on the shoulder, then drop the head gently. And keep strong on the leg. Keep buoyant. Release the pressure into the left hand and then walk away that hand and arms away from you. Stand at tippy fingers instead of tippy toes, so kind of a tripod. And breathe here in the space you're creating for yourself. And again, remember, don't collapse. You need to there's a pressure happening between the head and the floor. Arms on the floor, you're still creating resistance. It's buoyancy we're going for. And then walk this hand back to where it started, the left hand. Put weight onto it and lift yourself up. Nice. Curl up the toes again and come and sit on your toes if you can. And from there, we're going to go back into that dog by going to all four. Come and sit towards your heel, lift up your knees off the floor, and then begin to straighten up. And walk walk the dog again if you need to. Let's do a little move from high plank on the inhale and exhale, push back into the dog. And keep at it. When you go into the plank, press the thumbs and the index fingers into the floor and tidy up your elbow underneath you. Don't leave them on the side. Beautiful. Next time you're into your dog, widen the leg of your dog. So walk right foot out, left foot out, even a little bit wider than the mat if you want. And then walk your hands towards you. Adjust your stance. We're going to go into a squat. Beautiful. Into that alignment of our hands, elbow, shoulder resting onto the knees to lift up the torso a wee bit. Then when you feel comfortable enough, bring the hands down. You can roll onto the ball of the feet, and we're going to walk that squat. So use your hands and walk, and walk, and walk, and then walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back, and keep it. And then see if you could use one hand only or no hands at all. And so if you have pain in the feet, it might be a bit hard because it's a lot of weight. So if it's the case, you just put your hands on the floor, watch out the hip, the knee, and you know that if you do not like a practice, you do not do it, okay? Okay, and then come down and place back the hands together. And can we just frog it up now? So place the hand, a big of an impulse off the feet, and off we go, and off we go, and off we go. And push it back. Weight is into the hand, and I push myself back, push myself back, push myself back. Last one. Good. Come and drop the knees. Okay. And come to sit. Bit of tapping into the joint here, to the opening, the outside of the legs. Top of the legs, all the way to the feet, and the inside of the leg. Very good. Okay. We're going to go and have a little work. Take your block with you just in case. I might and I might not. So let's see if we can rest ourselves into what I call a beach pose. Okay, so my hands are, I'm resting on my forearms, and then I'm going to pick up one leg. I'm going to point and flex it because it will feel nice. And then side to side and circling it and reversing. And then from here, flexing the foot, going to start traveling down and down. And as I travel down, I activate the front of my body, of my belly, so I don't pop off my lower back. Go wherever you can, and then picking it back up. Point the foot and picking it back up. And doing this twice more. Slow, slow, slow. So we flex the foot on the way down, point the foot and inhale back up. Last one. If your head is getting tired, your neck getting tired, you can also rest fully on your head, on your back to do this practice. And then bend the knee and begin with the right opposite leg. Point and flex. And side to side. And circling. Reversing the direction of your circle. And then begin the journey down. So flex the foot and go down, down. So even if you're resting fully onto the mat, remember the lower back stays really well glued onto the mat. And point the foot and bring it back. Twice more. One more. Beautiful. And release that practice. Okay. Pick yourself if you were lying all the way down, nice and low. And then chin towards the chest a little bit. Pick up both legs at once. And we're just going to go down. There's always the two legs together and they are moving. Beautiful. Keep at it. And you don't have to go all the way down. If that's your range of movement, be there. And we're going to stop that. Rest onto the block, onto the back. Take your block. That's going to be our last practice. And put the block between. So the sole of the feet together, but you actually have the block against them. So you know when we were using the block at the start with the hands, big pressure on either hands, it's the same work here. Press the block with both feet and feel all the legs starting to fire up. And I'm going to invite you to use the pelvic floor. On the inhale, just contract the pelvic floor. On the exhale, release it. But keep pressure onto the block. Inhale, contract the pelvic floor. Exhale, full release of it. And keep holding that block. Beautiful. Two more. And gently take your knees side by side. Pick up your legs up. Grab your block. Okay. Give yourself a little hug with your knee. Rolling from side to side. And then gently coming to roll on one side. Beautiful. Sitting yourself in whatever way works for you this morning there. And then just closing your eyes and finding the alignment from the start calling everything that moved, everything that went out, calling everything back home. Letting go of thoughts, of emotions, of feelings, of projection, of even intention of what's coming next. Then I had a beautiful practice last week, which I really, really loved on the path of Mary Magdalene, which was she said, Mary Magdalene, where are you? Where are you? And she answered, I am here. I am here. So you can call your own name and ask yourself, where are you? Where am I? Where am I? I am here. I am here. And you can expand that to your whoever God is in your life, Mother Mary, Jesus, Yeshua, but obviously many, many others, spiritual guide of any traditions of it's the intention and it's the quality of the connection from heart to heart on the path of the heart that matters. Then if you want to take your journal, take your journal. I'm going to go and turn off the recording